Hey everybody, this is Zentron, and today I wanted to go over using the command prompt to call a program. What you're going to first want to do is go to open the command prompt, go to search if you're on Windows 8, or go to run if you're on Windows 7, and type in CMD. And your command prompt will pop open, and click it on it and start it up, and you should get this screen. If you're not getting the screen, type the CLS, which means clear screen, and click enter. Or click CD to change your default directory. For example, if I were to go to CD program files, I would now get this directory, and I can type in CD ... to go back to the original directory. So as you've seen before, I typed in CD program files to go to the program files directory or folder on my computer. So now I'm on it. Now that you're on it, you can type in dir to go to the directory of all of the files that are in, or all of the files that are in the program files folder. Once you're here, you can type in cd and any program such as Internet Explorer, and you'll get that directory as the directory that is currently on here as the default. Once you get that, you can type in the directory of that to get all of the files in that folder, and then using the .exe file or the program launch file, which for Internet Explorer I know is iexplore.exe, we can do cd iexplore.exe, click enter. Or actually, without the CD, type in the name of the directory. So once you're in the program that you want to pull up with the shortcut or the .exe file, just type that in. Don't type in the CD, and that's how you would bring up the program. And again, we can go back by typing in cd ... and then go to the directory of the program files again to type in a new one, such as Windows Photo Viewer. And then type in the directory of that. And then imaging devices .exe is the name of the exe file, and here we go. So this window would pop up. This is the directory or the program that I just called. I'm going to go ahead and close that, go back to the default directory, and I'm going to show you one more thing before I end this video. It's how to change the color. So to change the color, you're going to type in color Y, and you'll be able to change the background color and the font color. So the number right here, or 0 through 7 is the background, and then, or 0 through 9 is the background, and then A through F is the font color. So if you type in color and say we wanted the background to be blue and the font color to be light aqua, we would do 1 and then B. So color 1B, and then that would change the color. And again, I can change that again to say white and purple. And there we go. So that's how you change a program or pull up a program in the command prompt, and also how you change the color of your text and background on the command prompt. If you want to watch any more videos on the command prompt, I also have more videos on it. Just go check them out, and please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day. Hey everybody, this is Zentron, and today I'm going to show you how to use the NetUser command, which is used to show net users that are on your computer, and is also used to add net users. So first we can type in as NetUser, use the space to separate the two words, type in enter, and you will get the accounts on the network. So as you can see, I have 2 accounts on here, and what we're going to do to add a new account is you're first want to make sure that you opened up your command prompt in administrator mode. If you don't, this will not work because you need administrator use to get onto this net user and actually add a net user to the computer. So what you're going to do is type in net user. Again, type in the name of the new account. So I'm just going to put new account. And then type / and add. Okay, so now we completely, we successfully added a new account as completed or as showed below. What we're going to do is type in net user again. And as you can see, I have added the new account to the list. So we have the administrator and now the new account that I just created right here. Now what we can do is type in net user, and then what we'll type in this time is actually we'll just type in net local group administrators, and we're going to type in a new account. So this is how you create an account without administrative settings. So this account right here is not an administrator of my network, and therefore is not allowed to change anything on my network. But to add an account that has administrator privileges, what we're going to do is type in, like I said, net local group administrators, put a space, and then type in the name of the account that you want to add administrator use to. So let's say my new account, and then we're again just going to type / add. Oh, and actually that didn't work, okay, because this is used to give an existing account administrator privileges. So to give an existing account administrator privileges, what I'm going to have to do is use that account that I just created up here without administrator privileges and type it in again as net local group administrators, and then type in new account / add. Alright, so this will give my new account administrative privileges. So that's how you give your new account administrative privileges, how you add a new account to your computer through the command prompt. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, and share this video, and you guys have a great day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today I wanted to show you a quick little trick to use on the command prompt. So this does not have anything to do with networking or anything, just really a quick trick, like I said. And if you aren't, I mean, you can skip over the video if you want, if you're really looking for command prompt videos, but like I said, it's just a quick trick. So what if you do the command dir /s, what it'll do is it'll go through every single file in your directory, and it will look sort of like this. Again, it will keep going, keep going, keep going. It's something to just, I guess, play with. It's a little fun idea, just to look sort of like it's doing something, but it's really not. I wouldn't recommend doing this just because it could crash your computer. It's just a cool little command that you can type in the command prompt. It opens up every single file on your computer, or not opens them up, but it analyzes every single file on your computer, and then it stops. So as you can imagine, most computers have like 200,000 files, so this could run for a while, probably about 10 minutes before it stops. But that's all I wanted to show you in this video, and check out my next videos for Network Plus command prompt tips and commands. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today we're going to be going over the netstat /ANO command that shows you everything that's happening on your computer, all of the processes running, and will show you established connections that aren't supposed to be there, such as viruses or hackers or anything that's on your computer that's running in your background that you don't want to be ran. So what we're going to do is type in netstat -ANO. This might take a second, it shouldn't though. So once this loads, what we're going to get is a huge list of different addresses And what we're going to be looking for are the state of the address. So listening is fine, but established means that somebody has established a permanent connection with your computer, and we're going to want to find out what that is. So it might not always be a bad thing. It could be anything. So what we're going to look for is, again, on this established address, look for the PID number right here, as I wrote it down right here on my notepad. And what we're going to do is look for it in our task manager. So right click on your taskbar, go to task manager. Once that loads, you're going to want to go to details. Under details, what we'll see is the PID, again, listed right here after the name of the actual application. So we're going to look for that 2136 PID number and see what process is running that PID. So let's see here. Must have passed it. Okay, so we found it. It's right here. It's my actual Explorer. So this is something that I wouldn't have to worry about being a vulnerability to my computer. It's just the Web Explorer that's popped up, and that has no relation to actual viruses. If it were something that looked like let's see. Okay, so I don't have any right now, but if it were something that looked like this and it said surrogate or like this, then that would be something that you'd want to click on and then click end task. And in your antivirus software, I'd go through and actually exclude that program, or exclude that, or not exclude it, but deny it access. So you can take the name of the program, and in your antivirus software exclude that from the network from ever connecting again and blocking it. So that's how you do check your network and see if there's any established connections on there or any viruses running on your computer. If there isn't, you should be fine. If there is, do what I said and go into your virus software and make sure that you make it blocked so that that program cannot access your computer. Another thing I do is, if it's an actual program, go to the control panel and just hurry up and uninstall the program. If you don't know how, just go to uninstall the program, look for your program in the name list, and then uninstall it. That's all I wanted to show you guys today, and thank you for watching, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and what we're going to be going over today is how to check and see where you're routing your packages to. So like I said in the last video, we're going to check them destinations of the router or the servers that you have pinged, and them packets that were sent, we're going to actually trace the route of the packets to see where they're reaching before they reach their destination. So an example, when we traceroute, or traceRT is the command, but when we traceroute google.com, what we're going to see is the number of servers or routers that is passing through, the 4 packets that are passing through to reach google.com servers. So click enter, and this will take a second because, like I said, it is tracing all of the destinations. Instead of just hurrying up and sending it, it's actually going through individually and taking the information that it needs to trace the route of the packets. You can also see the time that it's taking here. Another quick thing I wanted to go over is the hops. So hop means that how many routers or servers is your packet actually going through. So if it goes from 1 to 2, that's one hop, 2 to 3, that's another, and so on and so on. So right now we're up to 8 hops, and we're still not at the destination. It's still loading. It's the 9th one. This could go from, any number of hops. It just really depends on where you're sending your packet and where you're trying to trace the route. So as you can see, it's done. we went through 10 different hops and got the physical address of each device that it went through, or the server address of each device that it went through. And that's basically how you track a packet. And we will be going over the Wireshark method of actually seeing the packets and going over the packets. If you want to see my packet analyzing videos, you can go to my channel. And that's all I wanted to show you for this video. And in the next video, we'll be going over the NS lookup, which lets us query the DNS records to gather the information that we need for that website. So, meet me in my next video, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today we're going to be going over the NS lookup, which will allow you to check and see all of the IP addresses on a server. So if you didn't know, all IP addresses are stored onto domain name servers. And this is important for people who are going through a networking class or networking in general. If it's a hobbyistic thing, you're really going to need to know this information. And what I wanted to say really fast is, I know it can get a little repetitive and annoying going through all of these command prompt videos and not really having the implementation of actually going through packets and analyzing them. But what you're gonna watch out for is, once you get all of this information and you're readily on command prompt and you know the commands and you know the code for it, you will be able to analyze packets, and that goes far. That goes into network implementation. Like I said, it goes into setting up networks, topologies, and all different types of stuff, including hacking. It's really big in hacking. So just be patient, learn all the information you need to know, and we will eventually get there. So what we're going to be going over today is NS lookup, like I said, and NS lookup just shows you all of the IP addresses on a server. So what we're going to do is NS lookup google.com, just for an example. Okay, so what we got back from the NS lookup was the first thing right here, which was my server, which was the server that sent the request. So as you can see here, my IP address shows of my router and my internet service provider right here. And what I got back were the IP addresses on google.com. Now, of course, Google isn't going to have one IP address. They're too big of a company. So what it got, of course, I got back more than one IP address because of all their information on their website. And just to show you really fast, a more simple network, what we'll do is NS lookup my network. So 192.168.1.254, as you can see right here, which was the IP address or the server that was sent, and that's my router right here. So what we'll get back is simply one IP address that shows the same exact thing that I already knew, which was my IP address of my network and my internet service provider, being that I don't have more than one IP address on my network. So we'll go ahead and clear the screen here, and that's all I wanted to show you guys for this video. Like I said, hang in there. We'll get eventually to the network implementation part of command prompt, Wireshark, and all that good stuff. But for now, you're going to want to practice these commands, know them, and go over them, especially if you're in a networking class. It is very important. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today I'm going to show you network troubleshooting and the command prompt, how to do it and how to implement it. So what we're going to go over first is the ping command. The ping command will check and see if a device is active. So if you check, you ping www.google.com for an example, this will show you if the device is active, which we obviously know that google.com is always going to be up and running. So we're going to ping it. Alright, so what happened during this ping is we got 4 packets that our computer sent to another computer. So our computer runs through and it sends 4 different packets to this destination to make sure it is active. So you can see the time that it took for each packet to receive its destination or reach its destination. In this example, these are a little bit higher because I'm nowhere close to Google's diagnostic server, and it took a little bit longer. So down here we can see that it sent 4 packets, received 4 packets with a 0% loss, and that's exactly what you want to see to make sure a device is active. So just to go over again, we're going to Ipconfig and we're going to be searching the IP address of our router to make sure that it is online and active. So what you want to do is see your IPv4 address and you're going to ping it. So 192.168.1.134. Alright, and then wait for this page to load up, and as you can see, the same sort of thing happened when we pinged our router. Because the router was closer, it reached it in 1 millisecond for each packet, and we got 0% loss with 4 packets received and 4 packets sent. So that's good. That's what we want to see when we look at our router and are doing diagnostics on it. You want to make sure that you're getting a 0% loss. If you are getting a loss, I would check up and see if you need to get a new router. But other than that, this is all I wanted to show you for this video. And in the next video, we'll be going over Traceroute Command, which will show you the destinations that these packets reached on their way to their final destination. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today in this video we're going to be going over the netstat-s command. So in the command line, this command basically shows you the statistics for each protocol on your system. So if we type it in, press enter, you'll see that we will get the statistics for each protocol. Each one has a title, and each one shows pretty basically how many segments or how many packets are being sent and received. And the big thing about this to remember is this will be very helpful when researching latency in your programs. If you don't remember from before, latency is how long it takes from A or server A to reach server B, and then how long it takes server B to respond to server A. So when doing latency checks and checking for sort of redundant values in your network, you're really going to need to use this command. Something to really understand. Another quick thing I'm going to show really fast is actually how to save these as text files. So going back through all of these command lines in the future will get pretty helpful to be able to just save it as a text file straight from the command prompt without any having to copy down all this information, because a lot of times you're going to need it, especially if you run Ipconfig and you need your IP address and you want to manually configure it to your network. You're really going to need to be able to make a text file out of the command prompt, and this is pretty much the only way, unless you just copy down all of the information. So what we're going to do is type in whatever command we use. So we had the netstat/s command. So I'm going to type in netstat-s and then the greater than sign, and then we're going to save it as a file name. So after you put the greater than sign, enter a file name. So I'll just put new netstat file and then save it as a .txt or text file. Click enter, and as you can see, my access just got denied. That's because I didn't have a command prompt running in administrator mode. So what I'm going to do, open it in administrator mode. Alright, so what we'll do is netstat-s, netstat-s, and then okay, and as you can see, this time I didn't get the error message. And if you're wondering, this didn't define a destination, but easy way to find it is just go to run, or if you have Windows 8, go to search and just type it in, and you'll find it. Netstat. And as you can see, mine's right here, and was saved into this text file. And that's basically all I wanted to show you guys for today. What I'm going to do in my next video is another Traceroute command, and it's going to show you how many host names, or it's going to show you the host names for every hop between your workstation and a destination. So if you remember Traceroute, it follows your command and it shows you how many hops it takes from one to another. So that's what we're going to be doing in our next tutorial, and I'll see you there. So please like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and what I'm going to show you right now is the traceroute/d command, which is going to show you the host names of the hops that your packets are going through. So using traceroute/d, what we're going to do is see the actual host name. So as you see right here is the host name, again the time that it's taking, and the hops that our packets are going through. So with the host address, what we're going to do, or be able to do with that, is for packet analyzation. Once we get into the implementation of Wireshark and how we can use the command prompt to call packets in Wireshark and then actually analyze those packets, we're going to be able to see the host name on those packets, and that'll allow us to further analyze it as we go through it. Obviously, as you'd be able to notice, if I wanted to see what I was getting back to my computer at the third hop, because of security reasons or some reason, I would be able to actually go through and search this host name and find it. You can actually see how this will differ from the traceroute default command. If you just go ahead and traceroute google.com again, you'll see that you're actually getting sort of a destination address over here, which is showing you a little bit more information on screen. As you can see, you can see chicago.comcast.net's on here, which is obviously, you can probably understand that this is going through some sort of Chicago server, and that's a little bit more, I guess, immediately good information to have if you were just going to see, okay, where am I at the third hop? Okay, I'm in Mishawaka, Indiana, southbend.comcast.net, somewhere in that server, right? But I can also go up here and say, okay, at the third hop, I was also at this address right here, and I can search that in Wireshark, and then again find the analyzation of the pack, or find the packet and then analyze it. The next thing I want to show you again is that, like I said in my last tutorial, you can save everything as a text file, and that can be done, which I don't believe I said in the last video, that can be done with every single type of command. So if I have a traceroute /d command and google.com, if I want any type of command to show up in a text file, all I have to do is put that greater than sign and then the name of it. So the name and then the file extension, which is always going to be text, because that's how you're going to want to view or save your files, so that they're more viewable, unless you want to save it for like a Microsoft Word format. But you should usually save it as a text file. It'll open up in Notepad for the most part, and it's a lot easier to view. But that's basically all I wanted to show you guys in this video. And again, to save this as a text file, you're always going to need to be in administrator mode. Make sure it says administrator up here. If not, you're not going to be able to do half the stuff that we're going to be doing because of permission problems with your system. So that's all I wanted to show you guys in this video. In the next video, we're going to be going over .org addresses and why TraceRT will not find some .org addresses. But for this video, that's all I wanted to show you guys, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today I want to show you the traceroute command again, and this time it's actually a sort of a problem with traceroute. So with the traceroute command, for security purposes, what we can't do is search .org addresses. So with traceroute, I use www.craigslist.org as an example. What we'll get is one address, which is basically going to be the first hop. So that's going to be not my server, and I'm not going to be able to get any other information from this .org address. So I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that this is a problem with security, and public networks or public domains or public servers being accessible, but when it's on a private server or private IP, it's not going to list your information. So that's just a heads up for the .org addresses and something I found out. Now, as I'll show you again, this will do the same thing if I use a different example. Oops. So code.org. And as you'll see, it's going to do the same thing. It's not going to show me any information past that first hop. So we'll cancel that. And what I'm going to do now is try to traceroute www.mi.gov. And if you didn't know, this is obviously Michigan's website. And as you're going to see again, we're not going to be able to get back these addresses for the hops because of the protocols that their servers have set up for privacy and security reasons. There's firewalls that block all of this information from other non-public domains. So with the .com addresses, this will work fine, but with this is all going to be private, and you're not going to be able to view this information. Now, I just thought this was a quick thing, or thing that I should go over that we're going over now that we're going over the traceroute command and all about it, just to show you, that it's not going to show you the information, and if you were to go to traceroute it, that you're not doing anything wrong. It's actually just for security reasons. And that's all I wanted to show you guys in this video. I'll see you in my next video, and please like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and today we're going to be looking up the mail server host name of different servers. So, say we have a server such as google.com server, and we're going to want to look up the mail server host names of that server to see what their host names are, or what address their host names are stored on. So what we're going to do for that is type up nslookup, which if you remember from our few tutorials ago, which is going to be actually very important. And sorry, that pop up there. nslookup, and we're gonna type dash type to declare the type of lookup, and then equals to mx. Mx means mail server. Whenever you see that in your command line or in your code, that's a mail server, and that means that you're looking up what I just said, which is the host name of different mail servers on a specific network. So mx, and then we're gonna type in the destination. So google.com, well actually I'm going to use something else because I've been using Google a lot. Let's use msn.com. Okay, so what we see here is that we get a primary name server for their mail server, and that's what we're going to be looking for. All the rest of this information sort of below the serial number is redundant, but we'll be going over that later. Again, this is the primary name server of msn.com, and we can do this again for a different type or a different network. If we nslookup type is equal to mx at Code Academy, we're going to get a different primary name server, which will be declared at the top of the line under where it says the name of the actual server. And again, don't need to worry about refresh, retry, expire, or default TTL for right now. We just need to worry about the serial, the responsible mail address, and the primary name server. Alright, so that's all I wanted to show you guys for today. In my next video, we'll be going over a few different commands that you haven't seen before, as we've pretty much covered these commands pretty well. And that's what we'll be doing. So see you in the next video, and please like and subscribe, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and what we're going to go over really fast again before we continue is this nslookup command. So nslookup, I'm just going to run the command really fast and show you guys something really fast. So mx and I'm gonna use codeacademy.com. Okay, so imagine we wanted to see, or we searched the mail server of codeacademy.com so that we could find the mail server address, and then we wanted to ping it. What's going to happen here, as you'll see, is we're not going to be able to get any results back from this, and I'll show you why. The reason why we can't get any results back from this is, first, what we want to notice is that when I ping this address, what it gave me is a server address. And if you're in a networking class or you've taken a networking class, you know this is a Class C address, usually used for private networks or private servers, and that's the reason why we're not going to be able to actually get any information back from it. So we had 100% loss of our 32-bit packets. All 4 of them were lost in the sending. It doesn't matter. It's blocking your incoming connection because of its private network and its firewall security. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys that you can't ping a server hoping to get these hops and then go ahead and ping the hop name and attempting to get all of this private information basically for nothing. It's not going to work. That's actually against the law, but we'll get into actual security protocols and what that's all about later on. For now, you just want to know you can try to do it, obviously, for educational reasons, but this isn't going to work when you go to look up a private network address. And if you're curious about what a Class C address is, you can Google IP address ranges, and it'll show you a quick little diagram of the numbers that define what type of address you have, and to tell if it's a public, private, or what type of address it is. So that's all I want to show you guys in this video, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is the intro, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over the local MAC address and how to find it within command line. So without any further ado, I'm going to hurry up, type in this code. We type in get MAC, press enter. And then we get these 2 network interface cards that'll pop up. Network interface cards are what will pop up right here, which is your Ethernet on the back of your desktop, or it's built in if you have a laptop. So basically what we want to know about the physical address is that it's the same thing as the MAC address. They're just 2 different names to call the same address. And what these numbers do, or numbers and letters do, are their identifiers. So the first 4 combinations of letters and numbers in this top row here, all the way up to 5C, are 2A, E3, 47, and 5C, are used by the manufacturer to identify the type of networking card or any type of device. And the last 4 are 3381, are actually used to identify who is sending the information. So for a quick example, if I have 2 networks, which I do right here, and I have my bottom network, and say I had a packet from the top network that I wanted to send to my bottom network. If I was to actually analyze the packet and go into my network, or Wireshark, I would find out that 3381 was the physical address of the device that gave me that file or that packet. So knowing that, we can identify this device right here. We don't need the rest of these numbers and letters to identify it. These are just for manufacturer use. And that's basically all I wanted to show you guys in this tutorial. Just a big thing, remember that these last 4 digits are just for communication, and these first 8 digits are used for the manufacturer. Meet me in my next tutorial, and we'll be going over something a little bit different. It's called ARP, and please like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and in this video we're going to be going over ARP, which is Address Resolution Protocol. Now what Address Resolution Protocol does is it stores all of your MAC addresses and IP addresses of all of the nodes or PCs connected to your network. So anything on your network, you'll be able to see it and identify it by the MAC address or the IP address. To do this, you're just going to type in ARP -A, And what you're going to see is the internet address or the IP address and the physical address or the MAC address. Now, what this is important for is finding people and identifying people on your network. Rather you have people you want to add to your network or people that you don't want on your network at all and you want to blacklist them, which I actually have a video on how to do that. You can get them off your network. So I mean, you can see their MAC address or their IP address. That's basically how you can identify any system, going into the about settings of it or going into your router login of your router. So ARP is very useful for that reason, especially on large networks. You always want to know who's connected and just to keep the top security. But a way that you can add addresses, say you wanted to add an address that was a static address, and the type has to be static because it means that it's on your network and it's not, moving around anywhere. We're going to be able to do that by adding the ARP-S and then entering the IP address and the MAC address of that device. So say I had a device on my network that was a 192.162.1.14, and then its MAC address was something random like 555555. Almost put that all the way down. And this is going to be the new IP address and MAC address. So the new device that is going to be running at type static on our system. Click enter. Make sure you're an administrator when you run these. And we're going to do that same command again, ARP-A. Now what we're going to be able to see is that address. As you can see, it's right here. Static, MAC address 555 all the way through. And the IP address that I set up here, which is 192.162.1.14. So that's basically all you need to know about the ARP command. It's very important for networking, large networks. And again, we will be going over how to manage these in another video. And actually, I'll put the link of that video because I've already did a sort of minor briefing on it, on how to get into your router and how to blacklist people so that they can never connect to your network again after you do have somebody that is not supposed to be on your network on here. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro back with another video on command prompt command line. So what we're going to go over today is network latency. So if you don't know what network latency is, it is basically, let's see, a quick way to explain this is I have one server A, and we'll say that that's right here imaginarily, and I have another server B, we'll say that's right here. Now the network latency is how long does it take server A to send a certain amount of packets to server B, and then how long does it take for server B to respond with the acknowledgement that it got the packets back to server A. So to go over this really fast, we're going to use the ping command. Now the ping command I went over in a previous tutorial, and I showed you how you can send 4 packets to a certain server, and then it will show you if the packets were sent, received. This is basically that, but it's a little bit more in depth as we are, like I said, going over latency. So if we go ahead and ping google.com, I don't have to just send 4 packets anymore. I can send a custom amount of packets. I can send 20 packets, 30 packets, 40 packets, 50, just however many you want. And we can check the timing on those packets to see how long, like I said, it's taking that server to contact you and say, okay, I got your packets and everything came out fine and all of the data is here and none of it was lost. So what we can do is type in the -n sign as you see here, type a space, and then type in the number of packets that you want to send. For default purposes, I'm going to go over a few different ping ideas, so we're going to use 10. So it's sending 10 packets from server A, which is my server, to server B, which is one of Google's public servers. Alright, and as you can see here, I had a 0% packet loss. Now this is uncommon basically because of the distance between one server, my server, and the next server, which is Google's server. Now, obviously on a physical scale, I have no clue where Google's network server is. I can see the physical address of it, I can see the IP of it if I trace routed it, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where it's located at. So there is some cause of packet loss there. So I didn't get any packet loss this time, but that's not always going to be the case. So I can ping, let's say, yahoo.com and do the same thing, send 10 packets to it. And another quick thing, as every line pops up, it's popping up not on a measure of your computer actually sending the packet, it's popping up on a measure of how long it took from that second server to respond and say, okay, I got your packet. Okay, so again, we had a 0% packet loss. And again, like I said, this is not fairly common because of the physical distance between one server to another. Just to show you quickly how they contact each other, I'm going to actually go ahead and type in my IP address. I'm going to send my IP address 10 packets using the same method I used before. And then we're going to go check the latencies. Okay, so after I sent my packets to my routers or my server, and I got them back, as you can see, quite the opposite has happened as far as how long you thought it was going to take from my router that is a lot physically closer to me than Google.com or Yahoo.com's servers. I got a average time of 116 milliseconds, as Yahoo got 55 and Google got 66. But as you can see from my server, the fastest packet sent was in 1 millisecond, or my minimum was 1 millisecond. So that shows you right there how fast or how close that network was to me at the time when I pinged my IP address. And basically that's all I wanted to go over today. Just timing, seeing your packets, seeing how many are sent and received, checking your loss, and then checking the time that it's actually taking for your server to contact the second server. And that's basically it. Like I said, just please subscribe to my videos. If you have any questions about the command prompt or the command line, please post them below. I'll be sure to answer them. And if you have any video ideas, please post them below too. So thank you, and you guys have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and in this tutorial I wanted to show you how to view hidden PC files as well as to view your unencrypted data. So what I mean by unencrypted data is your unencrypted folders that are on your computer and how to view them. So for hidden PC files, which I'll show you first, is the command you're going to want to use is attrib or ATTIRB, and then click enter. I'm not going to click enter for obvious reasons because it's all my hidden files on my computer, but you just type that in, it will show it, and using the navigation you can find your way through it. If you don't know how to navigate through command prompt as far as folders go, how to change your directory right here, I made a video on that. I think it's my first, second, or third video. So go back and watch those. But for now, that's how you view your hidden files. And next, I want to show you how to view your unencrypted data. So to do that, you're going to want to type in cipher. So just CIPHER. So to view your unencrypted data on your computer, which I'm also not going to run the command, but it is the cipher command, and that's all you're going to want to type in, and it'll show you all of the unencrypted data on your computer, the folders and directories, and basically it'll only show your new, like the NTFS of it, which is a new technology file system, which is part of a Windows family, the Windows NT operating system family. But if you have a Windows operating system, this should work fine. So just run those two commands, and I'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and what I wanted to show you guys in this tutorial is how to list all of the drivers on your PC. So what we're going to do is type in driver query, type enter, wait for your list to load, and you will be able to see every single driver on your computer. It will be with the driver type, link date, display name, and the actual name of the module connected. So it's hardware manufacturer name, it's more technical name, and then actually the whole of what it is. So to navigate through here, it's pretty easy. You would want to use this more likely when you have a driver that's not working properly. Say my CD-ROM driver wasn't working and I wanted to make sure I had the driver installed. Because if the driver's installed and it's not working, then there must be something wrong with the disk or the CD drive. So I could go through here, check this, and see if it's been, or see if the actual driver is on my computer, see when it was last changed to see if it has any issues or it's been updated recently and the update may have damaged it in some type of way, or if you've changed your operating system. It's a good way to check, like again, to see if you have every single driver installed or specific drivers installed. So that's basically all I wanted to show you guys today. And another quick thing is you can actually pull up disk cleanup. If you don't know what disk cleanup is, it just cleans up all of your temporary files on your computer. You can bring it up in this command line by typing in clean mgr. Just type that in and you'll get disk cleanup right here, and it'll start running automatically. Just wanted to show you guys that really fast. Exit out of that. And another quick thing is we can actually say, so right now I'm in the directory of users. If I wanted to see my directory, like what user I'm using, you just type in who am I, and then your command line or the command prompt will automatically tell you what user you're on and the name of the account that's logged on. So that's just another quick trick, and we'll see you in your next tutorial. We'll be talking about displaying all network adapters. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day. Hey everybody, this is Intro, and in this tutorial I wanted to show you guys how to basically do anything in command prompt. So I know we went over specific code and basically what the specifications are for what you can type in command prompt, how do you get feedback, and how do you go through different types of processes with it. So now I'm going to show you how to view every single command that you can use on the command prompt. So what we're going to type in is help. Just simply help and click enter, and you'll get a list of every single command that is or can be used on the command prompt. Now the way this is going to be useful is basically with this I can do anything from command prompt. So I'm going to open up two windows so I can actually show you. So if you didn't know, if you type in start and click enter, you'll get a new window. Just going to open that up right next to this one. So basically, let's see. For all these commands, you also get a description of each one and what it does. So we know a bunch of these codes, but there are a few different ones that you probably don't know, like BC Dedit, which sets properties in boot database to control boot loading. So I didn't go over that because the main focus of this tutorial was networking and getting you ready for Wireshark. So we didn't really have to go over this. I have tutorials on creating bootable devices, setting them up, partitions, all of that stuff, so I didn't really feel the need to go through it in command prompt. But like I said again, you can view them all here. And another quick thing, not a quick thing, that I want to show you is you can actually get different options. So within these options, there's more. So if we type in, for example, ipconfig, and I type a question mark, or ipconfig space and then question mark, and hit enter, what I'll get is a list of all of the different commands I can use with Ipconfig. So as you can see here, I have all these options right here, and these down here. So I don't know if I did go over this. If I didn't, I go over it in a different video. Or actually, yeah, I did go over. I went over Ipconfig, all, IP renew, and IP release. And that's basically, if you want a new IP address, what you're going to do is Ipconfig release and then Ipconfig renew right after. So I did show you how to do that. So this is basically like how you get into your options. So I could use this with anything. So if I wanted to look up driver query options, I just type in driver query space question mark. Click enter. Oh, okay. So for driver query, it's asking me, as you can see right here, to put a /. So driver query / question mark, and then we get this list of different commands within driver query specifically. So driver query /s specifies the remote system to connect to. -u specifies the user context under which the command should execute, and so on and so on. So that's basically how you get anywhere in command prompt without having to go through all of the troubleshooting steps. And also another quick thing is, like you've seen, I typed this in a little tiny bit wrong. Command prompt will recognize those little mistakes and fill them in for you, or they will they won't fill them in for you, but it'll recommend what you should have typed in. And in, I guess, what I'm supposed to be doing, or you don't have to, is typing these commands in with all caps. They're just listed like that. I don't think it's really a recommend or a need, but it might be recommended. So that's basically it for this video. I will be uploading my Wireshark videos after my next tutorial, which is going to be the last tutorial that I'll be making for the command prompt, and we'll move into implementing Wireshark and getting into all of the different cool things that you can do with packet analyzation. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and see my Wireshark videos. So have a good day. Hey everybody, this is the intro, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over Ipconfig. And I know you already know what Ipconfig is, more than likely. This is just going to be a way to actually Ipconfig every single network or network interface card on your network. So to do that, we're going to type in Ipconfig and then / all compartments. Click enter, and we'll get every single network onto your, every single network interface card on your computer and on your network. So as you can see here, I have a list, and every single one of them is also titled so that you know which one you're looking at. So for example here, here's my one of my AT&T routers. So that's just a quick thing I wanted to show you guys, and that's it. So I won't be making any more command prompt tutorials. More than likely, this is going to be the last one, and we're going to move on to Wireshark and capturing packets, analyzing packets, decrypting them, and all types of stuff. So please check out those tutorials, and please subscribe. So thank you for watching.